The plan for today is to create a beautiful tablescape, lemons and sunshine. What better combination is that? And if you're interested in seeing what we're going to do with this table, then stay tuned. And in addition to that, we're going to look at some beverages that you'll want to serve with this tablescape. So, we're going to have a great time in the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. So stay tuned. It's almost the end of July, and you know what? I wanted to add more sunshine to my kitchen. So I looked around and I added a little Sunny Lemons picture to one vignette. I went over to my coffee bar and brightened it up with some beautiful little sunny flowers. And then I looked at my center summer vignette and I thought, it needs a little sunshine as well. Well, I started with a Myers Lemon candle, which is going to be my candle to burn for August. It smells divine. And of course, you know I always have lemons on this particular vignette. So as you can see, it's very welcoming and certainly shouts, "Lemons, anyone?" Now, let's look at that vignette. The early part of the summer, there were lots of purples and whites and very soft colors, little pinks and whatever. But I've kicked that baby up and I have added lots of reds, and I've kept the purple lavender, but I started to add sunny colors, lots of yellows into my vase because I want it to be bright and welcoming as my guests come through the door. So that's what we're doing today. What a beautiful sunny day it is. And this is about 7 in the morning. It just feels wonderful. There's a little breeze and I'm out on the deck. And I think what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to plan for us to eat outside. And so I have brought a few things out just to change things up a bit. And we're going to set a lovely lemon sunshine day. So let's do that. Now first, I have a little lantern, and I'm going to turn you down just a little bit so you can see. There's my little lantern, and I have filled it with greenery and lights and lemons, and I'm going to add to it a swag. So we're going to get that swag on. And I like to take my swag and just tie it onto the little knot at the top, and that allows me to change it out very easily. So let me get that tied. Okay. Now, what do you think? And I'm going to put that off to the side because I want the lemons to peek out. Okay, so let me bring you around so you can see our little sunflowers and see those pretty little lemons right there. So there we go. We got all of that done. Now, I was Amazon shopping because I'm not really going out shopping anywhere else. And I found these cute little plates that we're going to be using tonight. But most of all, our Pier 1 is closing. And so it's going through a drastic sale. And so because of that, I was able to find some beautiful chargers, and they're green, a beautiful green, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds of the sounds here on the deck. The birds are singing and they're very happy because we live in a pretty woodsy area. So there, as you can see, is our swag and our lemony lantern. So we need our chargers. Let's get them in place. All right, so our green chargers are in place. And next, we need our, I'm going to use my napkins. And I'm actually going to use napkins, and these napkins are also, they're not really napkins, they're actually tea towels that I found that I thought would be lovely for the table. And they are, this is yellow and white. And I'm going to take it toward the center, just about a couple of inches above the charger, and let it hang over so that it drapes with the table. And then I'm going to put in a different one here and let it drape as well. So there we go. Now I want these green plates. Aren't these beautiful? They look like they just stepped out of the garden, and they're going to work so beautifully with our chargers and our napkins. So there they are. Now, this is the part you're going to absolutely love. Look at these plates that I got from Amazon. And look who's visiting on there. The little hummingbirds as they get their nectar. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm going to put these in place. Now, oh, I really like that. Now, in the pack that you get with Amazon tea towels, you have one that has very large squares in the yellow and white. But the one that is really, really, really pretty is the one that is very lemony. And that one's very pretty too. But I thought I just had too much going on the table to have this one as well. So I don't think that would work. That would just be too many prints. So we're going to be happy with what we have on the table. Now today I'm going to be serving sun tea and lemonade. So stay tuned as to how I'm going to put those together. Now let's come in a little closer so we can see what those settings are going to look like. Now because it's 7 in the morning, I have not put the silverware out just yet. But look at those colors. The dark green charger, the flowery green plate, our napkin, our yellow and white, and our lemony little plate here which is a salad plate, salad or dessert, and has those cute little hummingbirds. Isn't that pretty? Now for the moment, I think dinner is just going to be the big guy and myself. But should someone else stop by, I have plenty of room for them to be able to come in. I can set their plates and they can come in, socially distanced of course, and have dinner. So our plates are set, our lemon sunshine is in place, and let's get those drinks ready. I have a 1.5 gallon glass spigot container that I have filled with water, and we are going to make sun tea because after all it's a sunshiny lemony day, and we are going to be placing the tea in here. We're going to sit it in a sunny place and allow it to steep throughout the day. This is my sun tea bag, and we are going to be preparing sun tea. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think I'm gonna get an 8th bag of Louisiana green tea, and we're going to steep during the day some green tea. So I'm taking them, I'm stretching them apart, and I'm going to make a little sachet of the green tea bags, and I'll show you what that means. But I filled it with water to its 1.5 gallon point, and yes, I'm going to need one more. I'm putting these together as a group. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see. Putting them together as a group, and then I'm going to tie them off. I have 8 bags. These are family size bags. I use these a lot because when I make tea, typically I make a large batch. So I'm going to actually take all of the little stickers off because that's going to make it a little easier to tie. We've been busy this morning creating, and this evening we're going to have wonderful beverages. So I'm going to place these 8 into the water. No sugar, nothing, just water and the tea bags. Now, this comes with a great top that's going to be here. I'm going to take this out and sit it on my deck in a nice sunny location. All right, let's head outside. My little tomatoes are just coming right along, and they're actually little grape tomatoes, as you can see. And I have a little double one right there. And guess what? Guess who's hiding down there? I have one. I think I'm going to let him stay out just a little while longer. But he's almost ready. And this one's actually changing colors in the process. Oh, I can't wait because they have been delicious. I wish I had more than one plant of them, but I guess it's a little late for that. So I'm just going to enjoy what I have. I enjoy going to the berry farm to get my vegetables, but it's always fun to have some right on your deck. This is what our wreath looks like once it starts to dry. It's still very beautiful. Well, our sun tea has been brewing outside for at least 7 hours. And as you can see, it has good color, and I'm going to take it into the house. We're going to add some sweetener, and we're going to pour ourselves a glass of sun tea. Tea is quite warm. You can just feel the heat from the sun as it's been warming this jar and brewing the tea inside. So I'm going to remove the bags, and actually I'm going to pour this into a container that I can put in the refrigerator and allow it to cool. But before I cool it, I've got to sweeten it, because if you don't, you know, you can forget that. It's kind of like the tea just never gets sweet enough. So we're going to take the top off, and because I tied all of those tea bags together, it's going to be very easy to fish those bags right out. So I'm going to use my top. As you can see, the bags are here. I'll let them drip just a little bit. Oh, it smells good. But they've been brewing and steeping. Okay, so that's that. Away. I'm going to place that here, and I'm going to get the second container and also the sugar. So I'll be right back. Because of the size of this container, we're probably going to need at least 2 cups of sugar, and I'm hoping I have enough to be able to do that. So we're going to, here's our first scoop. That's a ½ cup. That's 1, 2, oh yeah, 3, we need 1 more, and that's 4. Now let me get my spoon, and we'll stir that up. Now, because this is nice and warm, it's not going to take long for that sugar to dissolve. Because that's the main thing. You want the sugar to dissolve, and then we can taste it and see if we need to put in more sugar. Now that dissolved pretty quickly, so let's do a little taste test with a clean spoon. Right there. That's good, but you know what? I think it can take 1 more ½ cup. Now that would be fine if I wasn't going to pour it over ice, but I am, so I know that will change the personality of it. So, there we go. Whoop, wrong spoon. Now remember, this is a 1½ gallon. Typically for a gallon, you put in about 2 cups of sugar. So that's the reason I went ahead and added that extra ½ cup. I probably could have just added in another full cup. Two cups for 1 gallon, and got a cup per ½ gallon. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, now you know what? I only have this little teeny tiny bit of sugar that is left in this container. So this is what I'm about to do. Okay, so that's empty, that can be washed. And this is not going to hurt it at all. Our green tea. So that was really about 2 3/4 cups of sugar for this 1.5 gallon container. Let me get it in another container. You don't have to do that over at the sink. And we're going to pour a glass. All right? There is nothing better than a tall glass of green tea. Have some? What is a sunshine lemony day without a lemon drink? And this girl is going to fix some lemonade, old-fashioned lemonade. We are not going to use a powder. We're going to make it from scratch. So stay tuned. We have 2 quarts of cold water and that we're going to use. And at this point, I'm not really worried about it being ice cold because I'm going to be pouring this over ice cubes anyway in our glasses. But I do have 5 lemons that I need to use, and this is a great way to be able to use up your lemons. So I'm just rinsing them off. They don't have to be perfect because you're only going to really keep the ones that look cutesy. And so we're going to start with our, I'm using an old-fashioned, starting with an old-fashioned juicer, but I've got the more modern one here. So I'm going to do the first couple of ones where you just put it on your juicer. Now let me tell you, I think I got this thing at the dollar store or Dollar General. Now to be honest with you, there's more work to it, but you know what? It keeps the seeds out of what you're doing, so, and gets all of that good pulp. I like the pulp. So there's our first lemon, and let's move on. That's the first half anyway, and we'll move on to the second half. Now that's one way to do it. We could use just the juicer. Now the second way to do it, and I know I've used this. This is a lemon zester. This is a lemon juicer as well, and I'm putting this, I'm going to sit this off to the side. You're going to cut your lemon. You're going to take this, push it down in it. Now I'm going to keep this here because I don't want the seeds to go in. But you're going to put it right there in the center. And then just turn back and forth. And it does pretty much the entire lemon at one time. Ta-da! That's done. Now that's pretty fast. You don't even have to cut the lemon in half. I use this 90% of the time. Now, this is one of those where you have to have the device. So I'm going to rinse this off because I have not used this in quite some time. And I just want to make sure that it's clean. And as it's been sitting in the drawer, you know, as things sit in the drawer, they get a little dusty. Now with this one, you would have to cut your lemon in half. And you turn it down like that. Take this and push. And it pushes the juice and all the goodies. And it really ends up almost turning that portion of a lemon upside down. As you can see, there he is, right there. So that's 3 different ways to get your lemon juice. Now, it moves along very quickly too. But I guess since I still have 2 more lemons, I'll go ahead and use the one that saves me the most amount of time, and that's this one. Because it really does a very efficient job. That's 1 lemon. Ta-da, done. Next lemon. And I also, you can get these at Walmart. They don't have to be, this one happens to be wooden. I got this one at Williams-Sonoma when they first came out, and I just thought it was so cool. But you know what? Now everybody has them. Target has them, Walmart has them, and you know Amazon has them. And I have one in my Amazon store for you to save you time. Now I'm just going to give this a little tap, because I want to make sure all the juices are out. Okay, so there we go. That's in the sink. And we have all of this juice. Now I'm going to take this juice and I'm going to get some sugar. Let me put all of these away and do a little cleanup real quick for you. This little slice I'm going to save, because we want to have some beautiful slices in our jar. And then we're going to put the jar in the refrigerator. Now typically for this size container, I'd probably put in about a cup. But I'm going to start with a half cup, my half cup scoop. And a half cup. That's 1. And let's go with a whole cup of sugar, because you definitely want your lemonade to be sweet. So that's where we're going to start. Now I'm going to get a spoon. As time would have it, I have a teaspoon here. So basically, we're making our lemon syrup, only without adding any water. It hasn't been cooked. It's just dissolving the sugar into the lemon juice. Now, I have in the freezer some frozen lemon slices that I'm going to put in our cups as we get ready to pour our lemonade. What I want to do at this point is to cut some of the nicer lemons into thin slices. You know, we've pretty much used all the juice. We've got the pulp. And I'm just going to toss those in so they can add a little something extra to our container. They're going to look pretty. Let's see which one looks the best. That one looks pretty good. Okay, and that's it. Now, I'm going to take this and start to pour it in. Now, as you can see, I have a lot. All right, now it's time to get things kind of fixed up. The lemonade is ready, and I'm going to take my basket. I'm going to fold my tea towel in the center. I do want the handles available, so if I need them. We're going to need several glasses for our lemonade. Now, understand, this is ready-made lemonade. It is going to be so good. I have frozen lemon slices. And I'm going to take my lemon slice, put 1 in each glass, 1 here, 1 here. I'm also going to add some ice. So let me get the ice. So we're going to add the ice. And I think I'll add that slice of lemon. Let's play with it where I want it. I think I'll put the ice in first. And put the lemon slice right there. So I'm going to add this back. There we go. Get the lemon out. I know, I'm picky. What can I say? Okay, I need a little more ice. Okay, you ready? There's our ice. There's our lemon. Okay, those are ready to go. Now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to the sink just in case we have a moment. And you know, knowing what I know, you usually do if you don't plan. So I'm going to take this. There's glass 1 and glass 2. I kind of feel like Ming Tsai when Ming Tsai is fixing up his specialty drink, and we are ready to have a delicious summer dish. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have my drink, my lemonade for my sunny day. How refreshing. This is delicious. And you know what? This other one is about to go to the big guy. So, I'll see you soon, right here in the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. Mwah! Blessings to you and yours. I'll see you soon, right here in the kitchen.